Thank you, Martha. It's my pleasure now to be part of an exciting milestone for Project REACH, and therefore my privilege to introduce several terrific folks. Peter Levin, the Chief Technology Officer at the U.S. Department of Veterans Affairs, Jonah Cherwinski, the Director of the VA Innovation Initiative, Anish Chopra, former U.S. Chief Technology Officer, Anne Olivia, Director of the Office of Special Needs Assistance Programs at the U.S. Department of Housing and Urban Development, my friend, Deputy Secretary W. Scott Gould, United States Department of Veteran Affairs, who's also the Project REACH Challenge Partner, John Bon Jovi, Chairman of the John Bon Jovi Soul Foundation and a member of the White House Council for Community Solutions and a Project REACH Challenge Partner, and Deputy Secretary of Housing and Urban Development, the Honorable Maurice Jones. Take it away.
Is it this one? Well, good morning. And I want to thank Matt, and I want to thank my colleague from the Department of Veteran Affairs, Deputy Secretary Gould, for his leadership. It's great to be here representing HUD this morning as we announce the finalists for Project REACH. Today's milestone and Project REACH in general represents another high-impact collaboration between HUD and VA in our shared effort under President Obama's leadership to eliminate veterans' homelessness by 2015. We've worked hard these last 3 years to provide the tools that will get it done. And I'd like to share a little bit of a report card with you. Through the Recovery Act's Homeless Prevention and Rapid Rehousing Program, local partners have not only reduced homelessness, but actually prevented or ended it for more than 1.3 million people. Thank you. And thanks to innovative programs like HUD VASH, which combines HUD's Housing Choice Voucher Rental Assistance with VA's case management and clinical services, we've been able to house more than 30,000 veterans. In the last year alone, we've helped 1 in 5 veterans get off of our nation's streets. Thank you. But there's more work to be done. There's definitely more work to be done. As our troops return home from Iraq and Afghanistan, we've got to do more. Under Project REACH, which stands for Real-Time Electronic Access for Caregivers and Homeless, these talented software designers and developers are competing to create an app that people can use to help homeless veterans quickly get the help that they need. Most of us, if not all of us, use smartphones or tablets or laptops to check the score of a game or to text friends. Well, what if we had the ability in real time, drawing upon good, up-to-date local data, to use this technology to actually help the homeless vet on the corner find the help that he or she needs? That's what Project REACH is all about. Literally putting this information into the palm of people's hands. Information that can not only help our homeless vets find a place to sleep for the night, but also direct them to the medical care and other services that they need to find a permanent home. What better way can we honor their sacrifice than to give ordinary citizens the ability to help homeless veterans, and eventually anyone who is homeless, find the housing and the care that they need? That's what Project REACH is all about. And with these remarkable finalists, we've moved one step closer to making that happen. And I'm proud and humbled to say that at HUD, our staff provided technical input and expertise on homeless programs and the use of existing homeless service technology in place at the community level. We worked with New Jersey's statewide Homeless Management Information Systems, or HMIS, to ensure Project Reach contestants had data and information they needed to create the best possible app. And I want to give a shout out and a thanks to the New Jersey folks this morning as well. So I want to once again thank my colleagues at the VA and these tremendous finalists for showing all of us what we can accomplish when we work together to end homelessness. And now I have the opportunity to introduce a man very familiar with the power of collaboration. He helps neighborhoods create community resources. Indeed, Project Reach began as a result of the challenges he encountered when helping those in need, especially people in desperate need of shelter and housing. He is a presidentially appointed member of the White House Council for Community Solutions, chairman of the John Bon Jovi Soul Foundation, and partner in Project Reach. It's my honor and privilege to introduce Mr. John Bon Jovi.
Thank you. Good morning. Thank you, Deputy Secretary Jones. Hello, everybody. Thank you very much for coming today. This is a very exciting step towards a new tool that draws upon open data, including vital health care data, and puts it in the hands of the people who are most in need. To provide you just a little background on why I'm here today, my foundation, the John Bon Jovi Soul Foundation, for the last several years, has focused on issues of homelessness, affordable housing, and hunger. We've learned that there are many reasons that people end up in need, and those in need aren't necessarily people who have thrown in the towel. Many are dealing with extenuating circumstances and looking for a hand up and not a hand out. At the Soul Foundation, we believe that if shown a pathway to independence, these individuals will do the work. With that in mind, so far we've built 260 units of affordable housing and recently opened a for-purpose restaurant in Red Bank called the JBJ Soul Kitchen. Our model at the kitchen is about bringing community together in a self-sufficient, empowered way, where diners who can afford it are asked to leave a donation for their meal, and those who can't volunteer. Today's finalists will test their apps at the Soul Kitchen, but I bring it up now because as a personal experience is what led me here to be a partner on Project Reach Develop Challenge. Last winter, a volunteer at the kitchen, I don't need this script any longer. This last winter at the kitchen, there was a man who was washing dishes, and he was doing a great job. He was doing such a good job that he started to do other things in the kitchen. So much so that I realized that all the rest of the workers had gone home. My wife and I were ready to close up and head home. And then we started to think, perhaps he doesn't have anywhere to go. So we went online and we sought out social services. And in suburban New Jersey, the chances that this homeless man was going to have a car and take a shot getting to a shelter and hoping that there was a bed for him made it virtually impossible. And subsequently, we have now found out that they were letting themselves into establishments and vacated premises where they shouldn't have been, seeking shelter. In affluent Monmouth County, New Jersey, things like this are just unacceptable to me. At a meeting for the White House Council on Community Solutions, I was excusing myself for a moment to run to the men's room and ran into Anish Chopra. And in truth, I said, Anish, I have something to talk to you about. And for the next 20 minutes, at the foot of the stairs, we talked about this idea where if I could press a button and in real time find how many beds were in a shelter, was there a doctor or a dentist at the local health clinic? Was clothes being provided for men, women, or children the next day at our local clothing outlets? We, of course, were providing food, and I knew what our hours and days of operation were. And he said, you know, I think we can do this. And that's when we got the VA and HUD involved. And with their desire to make this work, we cut through all the bureaucracy. We have 5 finalists who are very exuberant and have something that is both practical and necessary. I'm very excited to be here as a partner, as a concerned citizen. As a native of New Jersey, we're going to launch this out of the Soul Kitchen in Red Bank. And it's real simple. I think that the power of we allows us the opportunity to truly make a difference. Not just talk, but walk the walk. So with that said, I would like to thank you all very much for your time. I want to congratulate those finalists for applying their time, their creativity, and their skills to this challenge. And with that, it's my honor to introduce Deputy Secretary of Veteran Affairs, Scott Gould. Scott's been in the private sector as an executive and held senior appointments in the Clinton administration and the Department of Commerce and at the Treasury Department. Just as important, he's also a veteran. He served in the Navy and then both in active duty and as a naval reservist. Scott is currently the COO of the largest civilian agency in government and is one of Secretary Shinseki's chief advocates for eliminating veteran homelessness. Would you please welcome him? Thank you very much for your time.
John, thank you very much. My brother Adam and sister Dana are green with envy at being introduced by you. And I just want to say that we understand John is a highly accomplished artist, but there's someone with a big heart and a lot of compassion that's trying to do good in the world. And I just want to recognize you for that work. As Deputy Secretary of Veterans Affairs, I also serve as Chairman of the Board of a very innovative organization called VI Innovation Initiative, or VAI2. It's kind of like a venture capital firm inside VA, except we don't actually take ownership in companies. It's that team that actually launched Project Reach in collaboration with John's team, colleagues at HUD, HHS, and elsewhere. Now, from my perch on the VAI2 board, I've seen that idea grow from just two guys standing right behind me, Dr. Peter Levin, Chief Technology Officer of the VA, and Jonah Zerwinski, who's the founding director of VAI2 itself, into a powerhouse of innovation with over 100 programs, of which this is just one. Now, Project Reach typifies the work of what's being elevated into the VA Center for Innovation. It's fast, it's lean, and it's results-oriented. The initial results of the effort are what I'm excited to present to you today. Our 5 finalists for Project Reach competed hard against a high bar and a fast timeline. They've received $10,000 in prize money, and they'll go on to compete for a grand prize of $25,000. They are finalist number 1, submitted by the Binary Group of Arlington, VA. Finalist app number 2 by John McCarthy of Forest Hills, New York. Finalist number 3, created by JJ Appco, LLC from Manchester, New Jersey. Finalist number 4 from Cubase team in Western Virginia. And finalist number 5 by Makanikai Tech, located in Kihei, Hawaii. Some big brains just walked across the stage there. Please join me in congratulating our finalists, and I encourage all of you to check them out and see their apps later on at the expo this afternoon. Thank you. Congratulations, guys.